So let's go back to our diatonic chord progression here now, and let's just redraw it, and then we're going to add the 7th and see how everything shakes out. So here's my 1 chord, right? Here's my 2 chord. Here's my 3 chord. Here's my 4 chord. 5 chord. Let's put it right there. 6 chord. My 7th chord, the weird one. And then we're back to our 1 chord. Okay, let me just stretch all of these out. Okay, let's zoom out just a hair so we can see that better. Okay, so here's our diatonic chord progression again with thirds, right? So now we remember our pattern, right? This is going to be a major chord, minor chord, minor chord, major, major, minor, diminished, and then we're back to the 1 chord of a major. So let's see how that changes when we add our 7th. Now, whether or not the chord is major or minor is not going to change, because remember, that's all in the third. And we're not changing the third. We're adding a note. So if we go up and add another note, let me just go through and do it here. So this is going to be our 7th tone of each chord. Okay, so this first one has that nice soothing kind of sound to it, not the way I just played it there. It sounded clunky, but so this is a major 7th chord. Let me zoom out just a hair more here so I can get this all on the screen. That should work. So this is a major 7th chord. So I can tell because it's a major chord with a major 7. Now to tell the quality of the 7, there's 2 ways I can do it. One is I can look at its distance from the 5th. And that, in this case, is a major 3rd because it has 5 half steps in it. So that's going to be a major 7th chord. Another way, and a slightly more accurate way, would be to look at its distance from the root. So from here to here is a major 7th, and there's a quick way to tell if you're on a major 7th in that amount of distance, and that is to look at its distance from the next root up. Right? So we know it's a major 7th if we're a half step away from the root, again an octave higher, right? So this is a quick way to tell if we're a major 7. So let's look at the next one. So this is our 2 chord. So this is minor, but what is our 7th? Well, here's the root, D. The next D is here, and it's a whole step away. So that means this is a minor 7th. We can also check the distance between the 5th and the 7th to tell us that's a minor 7th chord. Let's look at the next one. E, G, B, that's our minor 3 triad with a 7th on it. This one is a minor 3rd away from the 5th, and our root, an octave higher, would be right there, which there's a whole step there, so that means it must be a minor 7th chord as well. Moving on, our F is a major chord. Because of our diatonic chord progression, we know that that's major.